We want to find the total distance traveled, C. Find the total distance traveled. So total distance traveled, that's going to be, again, the absolute value. So that's going to be the integral from 0 to 10. That's going to be the absolute value of my 49 minus 9.8 t dt. And remember, this is going to be the absolute value of x is x if it's positive and negative x if it's negative. So we know we're positive from 0 to 5, so we're going to break this up into two integrals. The integral from 0 to 5 of the actual 49 minus 9.8 t dt, and then we're going to have to negate the integral from 5 to 10 because that's where the value of this is negative. So I have to take its negative. And that's going to give me the absolute value. So I break it up into those two integrals. And as before we got this, we already took the antiderivative of this, so this is going to be 49t minus 4.9 t squared. And that's going to go from 0 to 5 minus this one, 49t minus 4.9 t squared. And that's going to be from 5 to 10. So I have to evaluate this out. So if I put 5 in here, and then 0, so I'll put 5 in first. So if I put 5 in here, I get 49 times 5, that's 245. Minus, now, this would be 4.9. And what's 5 squared times 25? That's going to be minus, and if I put 0 in here, I get 0, 0. So that's going to be minus 0. And then over here in this next section, minus, and if I put 10 in here, I'm going to get 490, like we had in the part B, minus, and then 10 squared is 100, so 490. That'd be 0. And then minus, and then if I put the 5 in here, I'm going to get the same thing I got over here. And I worked this out. This is actually going to be 122.5. So this would be 49 times 5, which is going to be 245. And that's going to be minus 122.5. So get that over there. So if we look at this, 245 minus 122.5 minus all these zeros is 122.5, and minus, and this is going to be 0, and a minus times a minus is a plus. All right. So this is, well, this is going to be minus. So it's going to end up being let's see, I did something wrong here. That's a minus times a minus is a plus. Oh, I'm sorry. This is going to be, excuse me, so this is going to be positive. So this is going to be 122.5. So this is going to be minus 122.5. And then a minus times a minus is a plus, so it's going to be plus 122.5. So that ends up being 245. So that's your total distance traveled. Sorry about that. Okay, got mixed up with my minus signs. I was thinking this was negative, but now that's going to be positive minus that will make that positive 122. And then we have a minus, and then a negative times a negative is a positive, so we're okay. And I'll get the next one up in just a moment.